First time on air. Anything to say to Luan here to get him back?
Look, bro, there are stories I could tell people about Lawan, but we'll keep those right here. I'm gonna let him live.
That's not even close. It's not
Man, I'm a dumbass.
I'm clipping that.
Georgia's second.
Hey, Georgia also had Herschel Walker.
So smart, and my team is so dumb. My coach he looks dumb. He's a big baby. This
Dude, those graphics.
Rip, so smart.
Mr. Clutch. We're about to get started, and Fitz joins last second. What a comeback.
Buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater. He's in there. It reminds me of the Mighty Ducks, the Bash Bros, the third one where they go to college, and the second Bash Bro comes out of nowhere at halftime. I just had the scholarship laying around. Guess it's time to go knock some heads.
Oh, God.
It
was Hans. It was Hans that always taught us to fly together.
When the crows come roosting, ducks fly together. Man, episode 224, it's already off to a great start. I can't wait. Devontae and Fitz in the house, man. This is going to be a great episode. We got a lot of college football. We got a lot of NFL football. We got a little NBA Cup. I'm excited. It's a great week for it. You guys are going to have to keep sharp objects away from me as a Bengals fan. We'll talk about it, but just
is that real or is that the retractable knife?
We're going to find out.
Shit. All right.
Stick around. We'll find out. All right. Let's start college football. This is the big news that's breaking.
Boy, we are going to start a dialogue for sure.
Yeah. So let's just start with the rankings here. This is the college football rankings. This is the last rankings until conference championship week. And obviously those after that, it's game on. It's locked in. Oregon 1, Texas 2, Penn State 3, Notre Dame 4. I guess we forget about the NIU loss, huh? We just erased that. Georgia at 5, Ohio State at 6, Tennessee 7, SMU 8, Indiana 9, Boise at 10. Bama sitting at 11, Miami sitting at 12, Ole Miss 13, South Carolina 14, Arizona State 15, Iowa State, Clemson, BYU, Missouri, UNLV goes to 16 through 20, and then Illinois, Cuse, Colorado, Army, Memphis running up to 25. This is big. I mean, we'll talk. We can talk about Ohio State fumbling the biggest game of Ryan Day's career against Michigan, loses 4 in a row to them. They just lost their minds. They paid the most in the NIL portal money, and they got them nothing. We can talk about Bama somewhere hanging in there. Miami getting the boot after losing last week. South Carolina maybe having this chance like, hey, we should be in this thing. This is a wild top 25. I know, Devontae, you're feeling some type of way about the boys in Dade County, Miami.
Yeah. It's like I get it, but I don't, because Miami lost to an unranked team too, to a Michigan team that held it close to USC. There was a point where they were holding it close to Washington earlier in the year, and Washington has been like an afterthought. Then we go to Texas. Somehow Texas has just slid on up there. Somehow Penn State has just slid on up here. Somebody made a case out on Twitter where they were talking about like strength of schedule and all that stuff, how BYU should be ranked higher. Well, for one, they should be ranked higher to me, but they should be ranked higher than Miami. I don't think Alabama is a better team than Miami. Like on both sides of the ball, I don't think so. Clemson, I don't know why that's up there either. So it's just a lot. Now, it is cool to have 4 ACC teams in the top 25, but still, come on now.
Yeah, and I'm trying to put both these up here because we got the brackets up. So Ohio State's at 8, Tennessee at 9, Penn State hosting Arizona State 5 and 12, Georgia hosting Indiana, Notre Dame hosting Bama, and then Oregon, Boise State, Texas, SMU all get the bye there.
See, Georgia hosting Indiana is on, and I remember you said your boy Pat McAfee was talking about like it would make sense for Ohio to lose rather than like, so maybe this is their plan all along or something. I don't know, but then you got Bama against Notre Dame, to possibly face SMU. Then you have boys at Arizona State against Penn State to possibly face Boise State. So it's almost like they're trying to get like to the basis of like all the college football fan bases where they sell most gear at Walmart and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point. You're looking at this, and it's Big Ten heavy,
Yeah,
and it's SEC heavy.
because
Like,
we haven't seen a bracket like this that included Ohio State, Georgia, Tennessee, Oregon, Penn State, Notre Dame since like we were younger, all at the same time. Alabama, Texas too. It's been a minute since we've seen them. Period.
I agree. There's 3 teams I think that have a legitimate argument to get in here: Miami, Ole Miss, South Carolina.
Right.
I think they could all 3 stand in here and claim they need to be in there. And I'm not taking away from Boise State. I'm not taking away from SMU. But I think those 3 teams played those 2 teams head to head. I think 3 teams looking out right now probably beat both those.
Yeah.
Fitz, thoughts
What
from
are-
you as the college football.
What are
leader.
the conference football? Where are the conference championships?
All right, so here we go. I'm glad you brought that up. So I don't have a sexy graphic for it. I just have a screenshot from ESPN.
I like it.
Friday, we got Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State. Nah, no one cares except for those schools. UNLV, Boise State. That's ranked versus ranked there. If Boise State loses that one, I mean, now we've got
Mhm.
chaos. Tulane versus Army. Once again, Army's only shot was to go undefeated. Iowa State at Arizona State. If Iowa State shocks the world, we got something. Ohio versus Miami, Ohio for MAC. Not a big deal. Georgia versus Texas. Both these teams are in. I think if one of them loses, they're out. I don't know. Like Texas maybe has a chance. If they lose by a score, maybe they have a chance to still be in. But if Georgia's out, or if they lose, they're out. There's no way they're in. Marshall at Louisiana, Penn State at Oregon, and finishing up Clemson versus SMU.
Well,
I cannot stand it, but I have a feeling if Clemson wins,
they're in.
the committee's Clemson's going to put, even though they don't deserve to be in.
Does
at all.
SMU get bumped if they lose?
Bad.
I think so, man.
to the 20s probably.
I think so too.
Now, if you're Miami, you hope Clemson does it, and the committee pushes you in. I just don't know if they're going to do that.
That sucks. No, you can't do that.
They will.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
So I mean, I think if you're Miami, that's your only chance. Is you're all Clemson fans. You all wear orange that day. If if you're in the SEC, you pray Texas blows out Georgia, and now Ole Miss, South Carolina, you've got a chance to kind of squeeze in there now.
This whole thing is nasty.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn, I didn't realize that Miami's 12. That's crazy.
because they were just number 2?
Yeah, but
So then, no, there's
we
no way
lose.
Clemson gets in if they win.
I agree, Fitz. There shouldn't be.
That they're not. They would put Miami in over.
But you've been saying all year, this is some bullshit,
I know. No, believe me, it's confusing.
and they will pull some bullshit on us.
Where are they going to get the most bang for their buck? Probably Clemson.
Yeah.
More than likely, because people ride for Clemson. That's who they're used to seeing in the CFP. We haven't seen Miami this far since before we were born. So they're probably like, oh, nobody remembers Miami being this good. So they won't notice that we kind of bullshit them a little bit.
Yeah.
Lies.
All right. Let's pick these conference championship games real quick. We'll speed around it, and then we'll hop into some NFL action. Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State. I'm going to say it. Let's go Cox. I'm taking Jacksonville State.
Hell yeah, go Cox.
Big Cox
Taking
show.
the Hilltoppers. Big Red.
Dude, I love the
Helmet.
Hilltopper helmet. Fucking sick. Love it.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
UNLV versus Boise State. If you're here for chaos, you go for the run of Rebs. I just think Boise State's too good.
I don't think Boise State is that good to start UNLV. I've watched them a couple times. That quarterback came from Campbell. I think UNLV has a chance. I'll take you, the running Rebels.
I like it.
No, give me Heisman. Give me Ashton Genty.
Yeah. Yeah, he deserves it,
Boise.
right? Boise 4-point favorite. 58.5 to over under. I'm going to take the over. I think we're going to have an explosion of points. All right. Tulane versus Army. I'll take Army. I'll back America.
I'll take Tulane.
I'll take Army.
Okay. We have not been consistent. This is fine. All right.
Everyone's zagging.
Everybody's zagging. Iowa State, Arizona State. This is your chance, Arizona State. This is it. You're in if you win.
Forks up, baby.
Forks up. I'm taking them. Forks up.
Big forks.
Give me the Cyclones. I'm taking Iowa State.
Stop zagging, you son of a bitch. All right, Ohio, Miami of Ohio.
That's crazy.
Yeah, MAC championship.
I like that. Ohio versus Miami,
Miami,
Ohio.
Ohio. Give me Miami, Ohio. Give me the Bobcats.
Mm.
I thought Ohio was the Bobcats. Are they the Wildcats?
No, they
Oh,
don't.
wait. You're right. Ohio is the Bobcats. Scratch it. Take Ohio Bobcats.
What's
That's my
Miami,
pick.
Ohio? What
They're
are
the
they?
Red Hot.
Red Hawks.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say if they're both Bobcats, that'd be wild.
That would be wild. Yeah.
A little
Ohio
bit.
Bobcats. Good correction, Fitz.
Yeah, I'll take Ohio.
Give me Miami, Ohio.
You're just doing it on purpose at this point.
No, I'm actually
Georgia-
not. I have these made up in my mind. You want me to go first on the
I'm
next
just
one?
kidding. All right. Georgia versus Texas. This is in Atlanta.
Oh,
I'm gonna give
easy.
advantage to the
Yeah, easy
to the
pick.
horns up, baby. Hook 'em. Taking Texas.
Oh, no, I'm taking Georgia. I'm not zagging on purpose. I
Wait,
swear.
who won last matchup? It was Texas, right?
Texas. Texas.
Oh, this is a revenge game. This probably
belt to ass.
yeah, Texas is gonna take this one again.
Yeah. Marshall, Louisiana, Sunbelt. Speaking of Sunbelt, real quick, App State got rid of Sean Clark.
Mm.
Goodness.
I think I think that was everybody's first reaction. Thank goodness. Second reaction is we like Sean Clark. He just wasn't the man for the job to get it done. Like,
no, my
he
second
leads
thought
like
is
a-
where's Steve Wilkes?
Yeah, that's also a good thought. Steve Wilkes
Mm.
come in.
Bring
We
him.
need him.
Bring him to the mountain.
Yeah. God, come home, baby. All right, Marshall, Louisiana. Give me the Raging Cajuns.
Mm. Give me Marshall on this one.
Oh, I was gonna take Raging Cajuns. I was hoping for a sweep.
I gotta go with the herd.
Devontae, it's going to go down like a plane for you. I'm sorry. Penn State versus Oregon.
It's tough.
It's tough, man. Oh, this is tough. Big Ten. Oregon's in the Big Ten championship in their first year. That's crazy to
Is
think
it
about.
tough or are we overthinking it?
Oh.
It's close. I mean, it's
Well,
All right, Devontae, who do you say?
yeah. Who do you want?
I'm going with Penn State on this one.
Oh,
I feel like Oregon, no matter what decade we are in, is still Oregon.
See,
I don't know who they played. Like they beat an early Ohio State team for one, when they were like still kind of young and kind of figured it out, somewhat young. James Franklin seems to have it all together with this hodgepodge of running backs and this doable quarterback.
he does.
And apparently, like their defense, at least their defensive ends are pretty good, and so that means they could probably contain Dylan Gabriel and keep him under wraps. All of their wide receivers are like small-ish. Like Evan Stewart is, he might be smaller than Fitz, to be honest, but he gets open. But
I'm a small guy.
listen, I think Penn State.
We big, but we live at the same time. Kevin Hart.
Oh man. See, when you said let's not overthink it, I thought you were going to go Oregon. I thought
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking like, oh, you think Penn State's going to roll over in the Big Ten championship? Joe Pa ain't going to allow that. The ghost of him, he's going to be touching.
See, that's the thing. That's the karma about it. They're gonna win this game, and everybody's gonna be high on them. And they get to the big stage, and Joe
Yeah.
Pa and all his sins. Boom.
I,
Thought it was. Let's take it on back. Head to the
I-
border, to the bus.
I look at it. Penn State got beat by Ohio State. Oregon beat Ohio State. Oregon's beat Boise State. I'm gonna take Oregon.
I'm gonna take Penn State. I was with Vontae on that. I seriously was. I think it's tough. No, I think it's close. I think
Yeah.
people want to go, oh, Oregon's got it. I think Penn State's played really tough. I thought the game against Ohio State, I don't know why people are knocking Ohio State after the Michigan game. That's a rivalry game. Ohio State's better than number 6 in my book. I
Ryan Day's
like
just a
Penn
shitty coach.
State. And I think Penn State and Ohio State are both better than Oregon. I do think that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I just think Ryan Day fucked them.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Michigan has his number somehow. Like
Yeah,
he just freezes.
Yeah, but
he
in-
doesn't
in
check his
this-
ego.
Here's
Like,
the thing.
they don't run the ball, and he's like, "Let's run it up their throat." It's like that's
Mhm.
not your game, dude.
with the new playoff format, that can be a good thing moving forward, which we're not used to in college football.
Right.
Usually in college football, you lose if you're Ohio State, you lose to Michigan, season's over.
Season's over.
No, it's different. It's like it's going to be closer to like the pro game. You can lose one of your last games and use it as a kind of a rally cry. Like, hey, we can get knocked on our ass if we're not ready. So I actually think it's good for Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a good argument for that because if they win and then they lose to Penn State or Oregon,
Ohio State, they're going to win the whole thing. Watch.
Yeah, they got
I'll call it right now. I would put imaginary money on it. I don't gamble.
Put your money on it. Let's do it. All right. Clemson, SMU. This is it, boys. This is where we all come together. Fitz, you go first.
I'll take SMU. I don't think Clemson's that good.
Okay. Devontae.
I'll definitely take SMU. They are not stopping Kevin Jennings at all.
Last time we saw Clemson, South Carolina fans were putting belt to ass on the midfield logo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking SMU too. This is what
Let's go.
This is what the world
End
needs.
it with a
This is
sweep.
it. This is it.
Perfect.
Real quick, I don't have any graphic for it, but we'll talk about it. Planting the flag. I'm here for it.
Always.
You go in someone's trap, you take over the trap. You deserve to plant that flag.
What happened?
All right, so this happened all day Saturday, Fit. So it started with Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan belt the ass. They plant the flag at midfield. Brawl breaks out. Ohio State gets all pissy. That's the most fight they had all game, was after the game, trying to fight it. Then NC State, UNC. NC State beats UNC. They go to plant the flag. Here comes another brawl. I think Arizona State maybe had one.
They stuck the fork in the egg.
Yeah, they stuck the fork in
I think
it.
that was the hardest one. Sticking the fork in them.
Yeah,
that
they're
was
done. I love this, and I give kudos to Baker Mayfield when he was at Oklahoma. They did it to Iowa State. Like, if you don't want him to do it, beat him. It's your home field. You have the advantage. Beat him.
simple. I'm glad, Baker said what needed to be said. And I'm actually shocked there's this much discourse. Out of all the things that you want to jump on top of is, we shouldn't allow flag planting on the field. And it's so stupid because it's so many ways to stop that from happening. Number one, win. Number two, if you have the practice squad players on the bench somewhere, they need to spot whoever has the flag on the other team so they can dump them out. As simple as that.
Yeah.
They watched this man. They watched this man come all the way to the middle of the field. They watched the people come to the middle of the field. You watch them, and then you want to jump. I think it was Jack Sawyer from Ohio State that started first. At NC State, I don't know who it was, but the whole team was there. They got fined $25,000, by the way. Nothing to the ACC.
Dude, if I'm an NIL donor, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a big parlay for one of the donors for real.
Yeah.
Actually, parlay.
Or third way to stop them, just you gotta get your sniper. I'm picturing the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, Legolas, get him. And the guy's coming in with the torch. They're taking him down. That's what they need.
I kind of love it, Fitz. Just have a fucking sniper up there.
Yeah, just go for go back of the knee. That's where you get them. They can't move.
But they're worried about the wrong shit. Out of all the things that you want to have a discourse about, flag planting is not it. It's for one, when they plant the flag, the shit doesn't even stand up. It just falls back down.
It's in turf, yeah.
Yeah. So it's what's this gonna stop? And then even past that, even without the flags, people were still fighting after the games. That did happen a couple of times, and I'm all for negativity, to be honest. Forget all the handshakes. Me and Hackey were in on this. Forget all the handshake shit. I just remember you said something stupid online. Let me swing on you right quick while I got testosterone, and I'm anxious right now. I'm itching. I've been itching the shit on us. But
let's be honest, as a society, that's what we love. There's a reason why they show Ohio State, Michigan, and they show these old clips of them getting after each other, little kids flicking them off. They show Ohio State running through Michigan's tunnel, tearing down the banner. It gets us hyped. It gets the people going. It's what they want. And so for them, especially Fox, for them to be watching the whole thing unfold, and then they go to the broadcast and like, we really should ruin this from the game. How dare they plant their flag?
They always do that though.
It's like you.
They do that in the pro game. Whenever there's like a fight,
exhausting.
they're like, "Oh, this is not what you want to see." It's like this is what everybody wants to
Not
see.
football.
Yeah. Your whole promo was
Like, there's a
based off
fight. There's
this.
a fight.
Yeah.
Everyone look. There's a fight.
Like you have like old people like, that's not a game, it's a fight, and they're like, you broadcast it, and all you're pissed that's actual fight. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like I mean, it's football. What do you mean? Football is like legal fighting. Do you understand what happens in the trenches between linemen? Do you understand what happens after a quarterback sneaks it in? Like once they are up under that pile, they don't know. They don't know about that. They don't know about like the ugly things.
Good block, pussy.
They don't know about
Nice try, bitch.
They don't know about the body fluids that people just put right in.
They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't, man. God, it's like the dancing and celebration. Like you don't want them to do it, just fucking stop them. Just beat them. That's all you got to do.
Or run. Oh, another thing, people were mad. They were mad at James Franklin for running up the score, and he brought up a good point. He said it professionally though. He said, you put out your third and fourth string. These boys just want to play football. You still had your first string. You still wanted to score. These dudes wanted to score. I'm like, hell yeah. Because if you don't want them to do it, don't let them.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
I agree. I'm glad we're all on the same page here. All right. NFL. I don't have a graphic. Bears fire their coach. I think it's a good move. It's what the organization needed. I wonder who the next man is going to be. Yeah,
sucks.
Thomas Brown is next up. He was Georgia's, like when they had that, when their running backs were actually good, that was all Thomas Brown. So maybe that does something.
That's a good call. And then what was the other big news? Why am I going blank?
Oh, as
Al Sahir.
Oh yeah, our homeboy from the Texas got the boot for 3 games. He's suspended for 3 games for that hit. That's
yeah.
Something.
Lawrence goes for the slide. Got in there a little late. Hit him. Knocked out Lawrence. Like I watched it live and I saw him tighten up. I was like, oh yeah, he's knocked out. He hit that Tua.
He did like his arm. I did see like his arm kind of shrivel up a little bit. That was kind of scary. But he did he was mad during, and then he apologized after the fact. It was kind of wild because I was like, I don't know, man. You didn't look apologetic when it happened, but
nah.
After the fact, like he was about to fight everybody on the team. But that happened. I'm trying to think if anybody else got fired or anything.
Zach Taylor needs to be fired.
Damn.
I'm this close, boys.
Come on, man. He brought you to another Super Bowl.
That was 1. He brought me to 1.
That's true.
We are fucking terrible. All right. Thursday night football. We're talking about some good stuff. Shout out to Tim's Lions. First time they've won 11-1 in franchise history. Ooh. They're taking on the Packers in Detroit. 51.5 over under. Detroit 3.5-point favorites. Who do we take?
Ooh.
Dick.
Going to Detroit with it. They're going to Motor City with it. Ooh, and it's a rivalry, boy. And it's Thursday. Oh, it might get a little nasty. I'll take the Packers. I'm not gonna lie. If you remember, if y'all go back to the beginning, I said the Packers would somehow randomly take the NFC North. I think this is where it's.
Ooh, I like that. I like that take. Yeah, they're right there in the mix. I think the first time they played, this was this sloppy, cold rainstorm in Lambeau. And I actually said, they were ragging the Packers for, how did they lose the home field advantage or whatever. I think what's interesting is the Packers are a better dome team than the Lions are. The Lions are a team that they got those 2 running backs. They'll run and gun. They're tough. Like they would actually do well in like a snow game or like an outdoor game in the playoffs. And I think the Packers are a better indoor team, which is just so weird. Usually it's the other way around. So I think we see that in this one. I'd actually take the Packers over under 51. It's interesting. I think the first time they played, it was 38 points,
Damn.
24 to
game.
14.
Off the conditions.
Thought the number would be a little lower than that. I do think it's going to be a little high scoring, but I'm going to take the Packers.
I like the over here. I think you teased it, Fitz. You tickled it. I'm taking it. Give me the over. Detroit 5-1 at home, undefeated on the road, 6-0. Maybe you're onto something, Fitz.
Packers in December. That's the other factor. No one talks about it. Packers in December are a different animal.
You're damn right. They're a fucking good animal. Give me Detroit. I can't do it. Sorry, Fitz. Sorry. Everything lined up for you too well. All right.
I want to know what Tim would have said.
Jags.
Tim would have
Well,
agreed with me.
so you see Dan Campbell, and he had really great. I don't know. All right. Jags, Titans, over-unders at 40.5.